Okay, we're here with Sean Branney from the HP Lovecraft Historical Society, and you created a product called the Classic Cthulhu prop set.
We did, yeah.
And he was nominated for 4 Ennies last night.
We were nominated as a publisher in our own right, and then that particular product was nominated for 3 different awards last night. And lucky us, we were able to come home with prizes last night. So we were tickled to have fans respond so well to the work we were doing.
Cool. Can you just walk us through the product here?
Yeah, sure. Let me grab one from over here. So what's happened is our friends at the game publisher Chaosium decided for the 40th anniversary of their product, the role-playing game Call of Cthulhu, that they would reprint the original rule set from the 1980s and a bunch of the original game supplements that are also from the 1980s. So they brought back all this stuff that's been out of print for years and years and years. And we've been playing these games since the 1980s, and we thought it would be fun to make a really deluxe set of props to go with all these games. So what we make are newspaper clippings that are printed on an actual newspaper press. It's not like a newspaper, it is a newspaper. They have fronts, they have backs, they have advertisements, all the things you'd find in an actual newspaper. And when a game publisher is printing a game, they have to print stuff that can fit in a book. So things have to be limited in size and on the same type of paper and that kind of thing. But for us, we don't have those restraints. So we can make large format maps, we can make, little torn shreds of paper, we can make almost anything we want that we could fit inside a box. So we did this deluxe set of props that gives you more than I think it's about 130 different props from all those adventures. So when players sit down to play, they actually get the most realistic experience. As the keeper tells them, "Oh, you found this page from an old journal." They get an actual page from an old journal, and they have to work out the handwriting and figure out what it says and figure out what it means and why it's important. And that, we think, is really a lot of the fun of role-playing games, is being able to dive into this alternate reality. And the more real that alternate reality seems, the more fun the games are.
Very cool. Do you mind if you flip through just a couple of the
No, I'm
things?
happy to leaf through some of the things. We've got just some sample things out here on the table, but this is a part of an old journal. This is a letter from a producer at a Hollywood movie studio back in the 1920s. This is one I particularly like. This is a map of Easter Island from about 1870, and it's a French map. So you get all the Polynesian names, but the French title for Easter Island. Different pieces of correspondence from different people. There's photographs and legal documents, all kinds of different stuff in there that players could sift through as they have the experience of bringing their games to a more realer level of play.
And your partner in crime in this is Andrew, and unfortunately he's on his break right now, but
Right.
Just tell us a little bit about your contributions together and working together.
So, my colleague Andrew Leman and I have been at this since we were much younger people. I invited him over to my house back in the 1980s to play that game with the weird name, Call of Cthulhu, and here 40 years later, we're still at it. Andrew is a professional prop guy in Hollywood. He actually worked for the prop companies that would make prop documents for the studios. He did that for years and years, and we started playing these kinds of role-playing games, and then both of us had a background in theater, and as theater guys, we thought it'd be fun to throw on costumes and go outdoors into the real world and play these games in the British Museum and real cemeteries and things like that we played in. And our games became so big and complex that we finally got to the level we were like, this is like making a movie. Maybe we should just make a movie instead. So then we started producing some motion pictures and audio dramas and a bunch of other different types of entertainment in this world. And then oddly enough, we circled back around to making our own supplements for people in the gaming world who also still wanted to have this experience of hyper-realistic elements being brought into their gaming experience. So Andrew and I have been collaborators for many decades, and we're still at it and having a good time.
Great, and where can people buy it?
We have a big online store. Our business is called the HP Lovecraft Historical Society. We call that HPLHS for short. But if you Google up Lovecraft Historical, we'll come up first. We have a pretty big website. We have an online store, and all the crazy different things that we make are available through the online store. We ship all over the world every day, and that's our job. We're full-time Cthulhu guys.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for coming by.